Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, this is Driven by Boost, and we are going over the top 5 favorite mods for the Golf R and GTI today. 2. So we're going over top 5 favorite mods, and these are going to be based off of 3 criteria here. It's going to be based off of price, fun factor, performance, and aesthetic appeal. So these are the top 3. These are the top categories that I'm going off of for why I'm ranking these mods if I were to buy another Golf R or GTI again. And these are probably the top 5 mods that I would definitely do. And at the end, I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions to mods that not necessarily in the top 5, but definitely deserve a mention as well. Before we get going in today's video, guys, I do want to make an announcement. We did hit 5,000 subscribers in the channel, and that is awesome. I'm super happy about that, guys. I mean, I read every single comment. Anytime you guys like the video, it really means a lot to me, and it just makes me want to keep creating some awesome content. I just want to say thank you guys so much. With that being said, let's start off the countdown with number 5, AWE Switch Path Catback Exhaust. But anyways, the catback exhaust, it changes the whole tone of the car. Why I love the switch path specifically is because that it's controllable through a remote, so you can bypass the mufflers, you can make it louder, and you can make it quieter, all with one click of a button. When I want it to be loud, when I want it to be obnoxious, when I'm hanging out with the guys and going for cruises, I just turn on the remote, make the car loud, and have a blast. Price point, we're coming in at around $1,700. There's a couple sales going on right now, but so it is a little bit pricier of a catback, but the way it makes your car sound, the controllable aspect of having it being valved is so worth it. Aesthetically, you get the 4-inch tips, and they just look gorgeous. They fill out the rear valance. They make the diffuser a little bit more aggressive. When you have those big 4-inch tips coming out there, it's making a statement, and it looks awesome. Number 4, this is the Integrated Engineering Open Intake. I ran this on my car for over a year. It was super easy to install, and the turbo sounds that you got out of having this massive open intake was just insane. Whether you were stage 2, stage 1, stock, stage 3 plus, it just sounds awesome. Every time you open up the throttle, you press in the exhaust, you press in the accelerator, you hear the spooling sounds of your turbo, and it is very exciting to hear. It's a blast, and for $300, $349, you get an open intake. You get some performance gains. I'm not sure the exact accredited amount, but I don't think you gain a whole lot through intakes. Only when you're big turbo and you're making a lot of power and you need a lot more breathing room are you really making any performance gains. But the intake mostly is for sound and aesthetic. It cleans up the engine bay. It sounds good, it looks good, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, guys, so that's why it's ranking in at number 4. Number 3 for you guys is the rear sway bar. Now, I've ran the rear sway bar on my Golf R. I ran it on my IS-38 Mark 7 GTI when I had it. And it transforms the whole drivability experience of it, guys. You know, for Golf R GTI, even though the Golf R is considered all-wheel drive with Haldex, it still understeers immensely. So by having the rear sway bar, you decrease that understeering feeling when you're going in corners and you're plowing, and you create more of a neutral planted drivability experience. And it was significantly noticeable on every single car that I put it on. It makes that driving experience much more enjoyable. If you guys don't know what the sway bar or the anti-roll bar does, it basically pushes the tires on the inside of a turn down, compresses the suspension, giving more weight distribution to all of the tires. So this effectively gives it a much more neutral handling. So with that being said, the rear sway bar comes in at around $200, and for $200 to have that much of a change in your drivability is easily worth it. The second one coming up on the list for you guys, for me personally, it was the big brake kit. Racing 4-piston big brake kit. I believe it was stainless steel lines, it was slotted rotors, and it was painted red. It was a beautifully pieced kit. It really popped when I ran it under my atomic teal wrap, and it really makes a statement. When you're running a big brake kit, usually cars with massive brakes and rotors have massive amounts of power. So seeing a big brake kit on a Golf GTI, etc., had that presence to it, and it also had that performance aspect to it. Not only did it get me more confident when I was driving into the turns, but it just felt better, and it looked amazing. I got lots of compliments on it. It is a little bit pricier on this end, and it was around $1,300 for stainless steel lines, upgraded rotors, and the 4-piston big brake kit. And it was awesome, guys. It made the whole car, especially when I was running stage 3 power, much more tolerable. So this leads us into the number one, my all-time, personally, favorite mod that I had on the Golf R. And that would be the forged carbon steering wheel. And guys, oh baby, was this one of my favorite mods by far. Not only did it change the whole look of the car aesthetically, it gave a whole feel to it. Every time you stepped into the cabin, you got this whole presence, this it was almost like an artwork, to be honest. I mean, you saw the forged carbon would shine when the door lights would open. It was the first thing you looked at. It was the first thing you touched. I had Alcantara on the side, blue stitching, and a center blue racing stripe. And it just complemented the interior. It made it feel like a much more expensive vehicle. The grip was super comfy, so you had a thickened grip on it, so that you could hold it. It was very nice, and it honestly, it changed the way the car drove. Every single time that you guys stepped into the car or someone else did, it was how awesome that steering wheel was. And I got that steering wheel from Taw Customs. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for hooking me up with that. If you guys definitely want to get a similar steering wheel, I will leave a link in the description below. So I'm going to go in to my honorable mentions. Sorry, GTI guys, but it is the Haldex 2. I think it was around $599, $500, around that benchmark. But basically what it does is the Haldex, the rear wheels only engage when there's slippage, and can only send up to a maximum of 50% of the total power to the rear wheels. And having that tune automatically engage the rear sooner and faster. So on launches, on daily driving, when you put it in sport mode, the Haldex was much more finely tuned. That made the driving experience much better. It took away a lot of the also understeer feeling as well coming from the car. It wasn't an expensive tune as tunes go, and it made a huge difference. And this is a tune that you can use whether you are stock, whether you're stage 2, stage 1, stage 3. The Haldex tune was a great tune, and I highly recommend it. So that's why it's coming in and is an honorable mention, because the GTI guys, you guys can't use it, and you don't need to run it, but it does make a big difference. With that being said, guys, this was my top 5 favorite mods for the Golf R GTI. It really made a world of difference, and I would definitely easily do all of these mods over again to my vehicle. So if you guys have made it this far into the video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have something that you think should have been in the top 5, something that you guys liked even better on your cars, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on that. Once again, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and being a part of this channel, liking the videos, commenting, subscribing, and as always, guys, we will see you on the next one.